I literally just made more progress in 1 hour than the past 15 years of my life. Progress in what? Learning. Specifically, learning guitar, fretboard, and languages. But I'm going to show you how I realized that this applies to countless things that I don't even understand. This is like how I learn. How I basically learned how to study. Okay, and I'm going to show you exactly how I apply this information. Now, if you want the long and the short of it, basically, I mean, this isn't like new stuff. Like, I'm not like some memory neurologist or whatever. It's basically just, if you want to remember stuff, you build associations with it. Like, first you learn it and it's in your short term, then you build associations with it, then it'll stick with you. That's basically all there is to it. But I'm going to show you how I applied this information, how I discovered it, and yeah, so I'm just going to get started. So with this guitar fretboard, I've literally been learning this for I've been playing guitar for 17 years. I've been learning music theory for over 15 years. I've learned it multiple times because I keep forgetting it. So I'll learn it and then forget it, and then 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 learn it. And it's I can't even describe to you how frustrating it is, dude. It's just and then it's discouraging because it's what's the point of trying and learning it if I know I'm just gonna forget it, you know? So then it's just I mean, I went to college for this. I took college level classes on it. I'm learning, all the 7th jazz chords and doing advanced chord progressions and learning all the modes and the Dorian and Locrian and Mixolydian and blah, and dominant 7, all this crazy stuff, and then soloing over the chord changes in a live band performance. I've done all this stuff and then I forget it all. And it's and guitar is very important. Music's very important to me in life. So it's even stuff that's really important to me, it just doesn't stick in my brain. It's indescribably frustrating. It's just very discouraging. What's the point? Why learn it if I'm just gonna forget? Well, now I finally figured it out, and I just technically not even an hour. It was 50 minutes. I basically just dug into this and was just why is this so hard for me? Why is this so hard for me to understand? Because that was really the crux of it. I just realized it's just so hard for me. And other people just seem like they just get it. I'm just and partly it could just be I just never learned how to study. Real talk. I guess I don't even know how to study. I'm just what do I do? Now I figured it out. So then I dug into it. Then I realized oh, and then I sat down for an hour, and then just did this thing, and then it worked. And now, so I'll give you an example. So in all the 15 years I've been playing, this is pretty much all I've learned. This pentatonic shape. That's it. So it took me 15 years to learn that. This is one position. I just learned 2 additional of these in 50 minutes. I'm just I literally did in 50 minutes what would have taken me, if I was going at the same speed, an additional 30 years. I'm just bro, I'm not even mad. I'm just so excited. I finally figured out something that works now. I assume this is applicable to everyone. I'm pretty sure this isn't just me. I don't know. It could just be me. Maybe I'm just crazy. Maybe I have some crazy learning disability. I don't know. But I'm just saying, I just figured out something that works. Hopefully this helps someone else. Maybe countless people already know how to study. Good for you. That's awesome. But I needed to figure this out. So hopefully this helps somebody who's in my position or whatever. Maybe it won't work for you. Maybe it will. I don't know. So I'm just offering this to you. So anyway, that's what I learned. So what did I do? Normally what would happen is I would learn it. So let's say I'm learning what I just learned for the first time. So I know this shape, and I can just sit there and go up and down in this one shape. Cool. So then you do the second shape, and it's so then I can learn this new shape like this, and I'm cool, I know this now. I can talk for a minute and then go back to it. Do I still remember it? Yes, I do. So you can say now it's in my short-term memory. I'm cool. But if I sat down, or put the guitar down, leave for an hour, come back, completely forgotten it. So, and that's as far as I would get in all these years. And even learning Spanish too, learning languages. I've been learning Spanish in school since I was elementary school, 4th grade or some 3rd grade, some crazy like that. So I've been learning this stuff. I've learned it countless times. And then I've learned it countless times, and because I keep forgetting it, then I learn it again, etc. Same thing with Spanish. I've been doing this for a long time, so I just always assumed that if I just keep doing it, then it'll eventually stick. No, it never did. Now I think I know why. My hypothesis is because I would just get to that point, it would be in short-term memory, but it would never make it into long-term memory. So if you want like a little, my hypothesis of how this works, say anything you learn is like a little data point. Okay, and it's like knowledge is like a superstructure of a bunch of data points all connected together in a giant web in your brain, right? That's knowledge. That's your long-term memory. So when you learn something new, it's like a little data point that comes in that's just kind of free floating around in there. And if you don't attach it to that knowledge structure, it's not going to stay there. It's going to fly away real quick. So, but while it's in there while it's in there, right, for a short time. The process, you got to build associations. You got to link stuff to that data point to make it part of the larger knowledge structure. That's what makes it stick. So that's what I started doing. I started building associations with that new thing that I just learned, and boom, it sticks. The craziest thing is I don't even have to review any of it. Once I started doing that and adding the associations, I literally never reviewed it at all. I just did that once, and then for a couple minutes in some cases, like when I learned a new word in Spanish, I just used that example, that new word in a bunch of different sentences, and then it just stuck with me. And I remember those words that I've been doing that with ever since. I've never had to review it. I'm just like, that's crazy. So anyway, so say I just learned that, walk away, come back, forgot it again. What did I do different? What's different? What did I do now that made it stick? Well, now there's one position. Here's the other position. I would just play up and down the first position, up and down the second position. Cool. I link it together. So now, instead of just first I'll get both of them down. Then I'll take turns sliding into each position. So I'll start off in the first position, and then I'll link it, because the guitar fretboard is all linked together. It's not like it's not separate pieces. So I'm sliding into the different positions. So I'll be, for example, starting in this first position, and then I'll slide into the next position like this. So now I'm in the second position, right? So then, now that I'm in the second position, I'm going to do the same thing and then slide into the first position. Now I'm in the first position. Now I'm going to slide back into the second position. Now I'm in the second position. So that's that's one way of starting to build associations. So I'm connecting it all together, because I already knew the first position, which you don't have to learn stuff, but I'm just saying, like, I know that already. Now I'm linking it to the second position. So I'm like, cool. So then occasionally I'll have little memory gaps. I'll be like, I'll try to do it up here, and I'll be like, was it 3 frets or 4 frets away? So then I'll kind of figure it out, and then go, oh yeah, it was like that. Okay. And then I'll just link it. This is the learning. This is how the learning works. So then I'm linking it all together. So then I'll play it. I'll just do permutations. So then I'll play across both of them. So I'll say, I want to be able to just play fluidly, like see the notes in my head, like where it is, so I don't even have to think about it. So then I'll just be like playing across both positions. Do stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So then I'll play across, and then I'll just do permutations. I'll go across the top, then I'll go across between both on the bottom, then I'll do diagonally. I'll start in the top left down to the bottom right across both positions. Then I'll start in the bottom left, go up to the top right. So I'm like constantly bridging all these different gaps, like that, these mental separations I've made between. I'm like bridging all them together until it all becomes like stuck together, and I know all of it. Like, so that's basically the process. And then I learned the other position too. So that was the first position, then the second position, then I did the third position. Whatever, you know what I'm saying. I didn't review this. I just learned this yesterday, and now I'm playing it again, and it's like I just know it now because I did all that. So then I have the new position. See, there will be little moments where I'm like, what was it again? So then this is where learning happens. Pieces of it will start to be forgotten, and then I'll like reinforce it. So every time I correct it, then I'm strengthening it again. But for the most part, I've already pretty much memorized it. So then I'll go like, okay, cool, what do I do here? Then I'll just connect it. I could go on, but I feel like I've illustrated the point pretty well. So that's how I basically like took what I learned and then not doubled it, I basically tripled what I learned in the past 15 years. So then I tripled my amount of knowledge in 50 minutes, which is like mind-blowing. Okay, so that's one example. I could go on, but I've illustrated the point. So that's with guitar fretboard. Another example with language learning. So and I realized this, I'm doing the same technique with language learning. So I'm learning Spanish, for example. So I'll just say this example sentences in English, but normally I'll do this all in Spanish. So like I'll learn a new word like llaves, which is keys, like house keys, and I'll say, so then I'll learn the word. What I used to do is I would just get the vocab list and then just go llaves, and it wouldn't work, and then I would just forget. Now I apply it in multiple scenarios. So I'll say llaves. I have 2 llaves. My llaves are made of metal. I'll say this all in Spanish, obviously. So, oh, my llaves are made of metal. Oh, I need llaves to get back into my house. I don't want to lock myself out, leave my llaves inside, etc. I'll just do that for like a minute, and then, boom, I remember it. Calcetines, that's socks. So I'm like, oh, my calcetines are black. I have 2 calcetines. Why do we always lose one calcetine? Etc. I'll just do that. And like, that's all it takes. And now it's stuck in my brain. I'm just like, it really is that easy. Like, it's crazy. I'm just like, dude. So I could go on, but I feel like I've pretty much illustrated the point. That's what I do. Like, I can apply, I'm realizing too, I can extrapolate this, apply this to countless other learning situations where I'm learning a bunch of information. So, which I haven't even begun to think about. So I'm just like, so I basically just figured out how I learned or whatever, how to memorize stuff. Like actually memorize it, not just like cram it in my short-term memory for like a test or something, but like actually commit it to memory because it's useful. Because if I just take a piece of information like this scale, cool, what do I do with that? I don't know. Like, I can't just sit there in a song and go, I mean, you could, but who wants to do that? So I'm just like, okay, now I apply it. Now that I know all that stuff, I can be like, etc. Now I can just shred like that like crazy across 3 different positions. This whole time for the past 15 years I've been limited only to this tiny little space. So I know if you're not into guitar, this sounds really cool and impressive, but it's honestly not. It's extremely limiting. It's like, if I just did this for an hour, you'd be like, okay, I see what you mean. Just in this one little spot, I can just do this for like forever, in this tiny one little spot. And then, whoa, I changed it up. Like, that's it. You gotta understand, that's all I could do for 15 years that I've been trying to learn over and over. And like, then I learned, oh, I can go up there and do these notes. Oh, that was mind-blowing. Now I just like doubled that. Now I can do all that other position. And the second, now I'm shredding between the positions. I'm just like, I just studied for an hour, okay? Like, imagine if I studied for 3 to 5 hours a day. How much I would have learned, dude. So then this is the other thing. This is like insanely motivating because like my whole like life is just opening up now. Because like, real talk, I went through a bunch of dark times and stuff. I got very like discouraged existentially and just like, just like became a very constricted life. Like hide in my house, like a little hermit, just like, why is life so boring and just, I look back in time, just like I had so much passion and like I was so into it. Was why I went to school for it in the first place. Like so much passion and like I'm so obsessed with learning languages and like being able to talk to people. Like and just stretch my brain in a million different ways and just like see what's possible. And just like I used to be so passionate and excited about all this stuff, and I'm just like, yeah, you know. Then that all just got drained out of me, and then just like, ugh. But like, dude, now it's like my life's opening back up again. It's like just this little thing that I learned now is just made me realize, dude, like I could go back to school, because like I didn't earn my degree, like I dropped out, like failed multiple times, it was horrible. So then just thought, man, I guess I just can't do it. Maybe this just isn't for me, because I can't give up on it, because like this is just what I'm gonna do. I've already committed my life to all the stuff that I've committed my life to, so it's just kind of like gotta figure it out eventually. So, but now I'm just like, dude, I could actually like trust myself to be able to like study and like figure all this stuff out, because now I'm just like, now I know how to learn stuff. Like I could like actually pull this off now. So now that I like know what I'm doing, so it's like insanely motivating. So I'm just like, dude, like I could go back to school, like get my degree again, and then like now I can learn all these languages, because like I'm like insanely ambitious. I want to like learn Chinese and Russian and French and like, you know, a million different languages. So I'm just like, okay, now that's like, you know, it's a lot of work, obviously, but now I'm just like, oh, you know, beforehand it's like, what's the point of trying if I'm just going to forget it all? Well, now I have a method that works, so now I know I can do it. So now it's like I know there's reward for it. So I'm just like, I'm going to have to stop. Now I have a new problem. I'm going to have to stop myself from overstudying. Okay, so better problems. That's all I'm saying. So anyway, I feel like I pretty much explained everything I want to talk about. But yeah, so now I'm just, dude, I'm so excited. I'm just like, I can't wait to go home and play these stupid little scales, you know, like it's so fun. So like, learn even more. So yeah, I would show you the scale diagram, but it's copyrighted, but you know, whatever. So like, I'm just looking at the scale diagram. There's like 5 different positions, and it's like, I just memorized 2 of them within an hour, basically. And a lot of it wasn't even, like most of the time of the hour was not even spent learning that. It was just like figuring out where the roots are. Now I can like just pick up the guitar. I've tried it all. I've tried flashcards, dude. I've tried everything. And like now, like to try and memorize it, like all the notes on the now I'm like, here's all the A's. Playing a little faster than the comfort, but these are all the same note, A. Now I know where all these are permanently. That's just like, like you don't even understand how excited I am. Like, just you don't understand the frustration and the pain and the suffering I have been through. I've been like, I was a kid doing this. Like that's how long I've been. I'm like 30 now. I've been doing this since I was like a kid, like 2009. Just like, oh, I'm gonna memorize the guitar fretboard, and then I'm just like I'm doing flashcards. I'm just like, oh, I went to school. I mean, I tried like, oh, dude, it's just like, oh my god, I can't even describe. So like, hopefully, like, it'd be amazing if I could like impart this knowledge to someone that doesn't know this, and like, it could change someone else's life, or they could know this stuff, because it's like, this is like literally life changing. I'm just like, bro, because I think this is just about like learning in general. But I'm just like, dude, like, it does not have to be that hard. Like it's actually possible. Like, it's actually doable, you know? So I just thought, like, am I just dumb? Like, why am I not knowing? Like, no, I just didn't know how to study. Now I do. So I'm very happy and excited. So I just wanted to share that with someone. Hopefully this will help someone. Hopefully you've gained something from this video. I could go on, but I feel like I've pretty much explained everything. So, pretty nice. Now our life's just kind of like opening up. I'm just like, dude, this is fun. Now I'm like getting all this motivation back. I'm like, ooh, I want to like learn this every day now. I'm obsessing about music theory now. I'm learning scales, and because I'll actually remember it, you know. Then like, oh, I want to learn all these languages and stuff. Oh, let's go crazy on that. I haven't even thought about all the stuff I'm gonna do, you know. So like, that's just 2 things that you can learn, right? So it's like, this is the beginning, you know what I'm saying? So now I'm just like, woo, this is great. So just want to share it. So hopefully you've gained something from this. Hopefully maybe I've at least just inspired you. Maybe it's entertaining. I don't know. So like, hopefully you've gained something out of this, because wow, I really need to share this with people. This is awesome. So happy learning, bros and gals. And yeah, I'm tempted to just keep repeating the same thing to say, hope you've learned something, but like obviously I gotta have to stop at some point, like making myself stop because I just want to keep saying the same thing over and over. So anyway, here I go again. Hope you learned something from this video. Anyway, hope you're having a great day or night wherever you are, and peace out. Yeah, that's my main message. It's true. Work smarter, not harder. Like, it does not have to be that hard. Like, it can be really fun and doable. And it's like, maybe it's just, you know, things can, like, you can have problems in life where things can be so frustrating and seem so impossible, but it's not impossible. It's just a feeling. You're not actually stuck. You just feel stuck. So you got to go into that stuck feeling and say, what is it? And just feel the stuckness fully. Like, I'm feeling stuck right now. Cool. I'm not going to run from this. I'm just going to feel it and be like, okay. And then I dove into that problem, like, why can't I learn this? Why is this so hard? And then I started figuring out ideas like, oh, I remember, like, I learn it, but then I forget it a million times. You know, so like I just started thinking about this and like introspecting and diving into this, and I'm like, and then I just learned piece by piece. And then my motivation was slowly increasing. Like, why don't I just try it again? So I had this little chord diagram. I'm just like, screw it. I'll just take a look at this on a whim. I was like, I'll just look at this and like just play some of these notes and see what I can do. That was like, with not like a plan or anything. I was just, and then it all just like exploded. And then I remembered it, and now I instantly knew too, after I played it, that I had memorized it for real. I'm just like, bro, I just figured it out like accidentally. This is crazy. So that was mind-blowing. So like, and then now this whole thing has happened. So kind of happened by accident in a way, but it was also sort of facilitated or prodded by my own investigation of like this problem I've been having for so long. Like, why is this happening? I don't know. And I didn't exactly find an answer, but it kind of kick-started the whole thing. And then the answer came to me. Pretty crazy. So, and then I got more than I ever thought I could. So I'm just like, oh, that's awesome. So, yeah. And I don't even know what else this is going to apply to. I don't know. So we'll have to see. Very exciting things happening. Very exciting things to come. Anyway, I think I've finally satisfied myself with this video. So, explained everything I need to explain. So, that's all there is to it. So, anyway, once again, hope you have a great day or night wherever you are. Hope you've learned something from this. Also, if you have anything to say, if you want to share stuff that you think is awesome or that was life-changing for you, or if this helped you out, or things that you may have to offer or learn, any value you want to offer, feel free to share. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Have a good one. Peace out.